The story of a people is told best by those who live it out daily. And when the history of that community is informative, inspirational, and insightful, it should then be shared with the world. The Clio Exchange does that.
Some soldiering that was beautiful to behold. Battalion, and on! Forward, march! Hudson, break, hold! Hudson, break, hold! Hudson, get up, go! Hudson, break, hold!
What was that experience going downtown? You weren't apprehensive or anything?
No, I was always like a little tomboy. I was always active and curious.
And so at this point, they're trying to get African American women to join.
Mm-hmm.
Because prior to that, the WACs were around, they just weren't allowing African American women.
Americans to get in. Well, when they got in, they sent us to different places, but we were trained for overseas in Oglethorpe, Georgia.
Racism didn't disappear when you went there, I bet.
We didn't go off the base.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we were trained. I mean, they really, really trained us because they were training us to go to Europe. Mm-hmm. To relieve the military men from their posts that we would take over due to the fact that the mail had been sitting in the warehouses for over 3 years, stacked up.
Why was that? The men had been moved to Europe to fight?
That was a time during the worst part of any war. That was a time of Hitlerism.
Right.
And he wanted to rule the world. So I guess it's the idea that they wanted the mail to get out because not just the Americans, but European people were not receiving their mail either.
Okay. So for 3 years it had backed up?
Backed up in the warehouses.
Now, where did they send you guys? They sent you from the U.S. after your training in Georgia to
no,
England?
when we left the shores of America,
okay.
I think we were on the Queen Mary, anyway, one of the biggest ships there. And we were going to the United Kingdom. That's where we were supposed to go.
Okay.
On our way there, we had to be rerouted several times due to the fact the waters were filled with submarines, German subs. So when we arrived in the United Kingdom, they had to reroute us because of that reason. And we didn't dock at the place we were supposed to dock. But we went to a place in the United Kingdom, near the Queen Elizabeth School, where we were supposed to stay. Well, after we got off the buses, after we got off the ship, they were running toward exit, ground exit. And one of the officers said, no, don't go that way. And we found out later that it was filled with water.
Oh, okay.
And at that time they had...
So the town was bombed out when you guys got there?
They had buzz bombs, what they called at that time buzz bombs. You could hear them coming, ooh. And whenever that stopped,
you
never knew where it was going to land. So that's why that was a dangerous period.
Now what town? Was this Birmingham? Or Liverpool?
No, this probably was Birmingham.
Okay.
And then during that time, after we got in, the officers got together and they directed us as to where we were supposed to go. They called us by rank, like they said APO, you call your social security, serial number. And then they would say Mary Ragland, such and such and such a bunks or wherever we were supposed to stay room.
Right.
And I must admit, the United Kingdom was a wonderful country for us to go after leaving what we left in the United States.
Okay. How many of you were there?
About 1,000.
All African American? Officers, enlisted men,
Exactly.
enlisted persons?
Exactly.
And this was the first all African American battalion to arrive in Europe, females. And And when you got there, 3 years worth of mail backed up. That must have been an incredible sight.
It was. But I must say this, and I'm going to give the United Kingdom a lot of credit. They said, why were you people treated like second-class citizens when you did so much for your country?